Hello dear students, welcome back to my channel. As in the previous lectures, we were discussing about the type of chromosomal mutations during which we have already discussed the change in number of genes, that is deletion and duplication. So today we are going to discuss about the change in gene arrangement. The number one is inversion. In inversion, when an intercalary segment, that is a segment lying in between, of the chromosome breaks and rotates by 180 degree and unites again at the same places is called inversion. There is no loss of gene like deletion or addition like in duplication. Although it doesn't bring much phenotypic abnormalities, but in some cases it causes lethality due to the breakage of particular part of a chromosome. Now to explain this, I am considering a normal chromosome in which genes are arranged in a linear manner. The names are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the genes which are arranged on a chromosome. Now there are 2 points after 1 and 2 and before 6 at which this chromosome rotates by 180 degree, and the points which come close, it undergoes breakage. Just here, as you can see, it breaks. After this breakage, it unites at the same places of the breakage, but the segment has been inverted. Only the gene sequence has been changed. Now you can observe the union of this segment in inverted condition. Hence the linear arrangement, instead 1 2 3 4 5 6 has been turned to 1 2 5 4 3 6. So this type of mutation is called inversion. Now there are two types of inversions: single inversion and complex inversion. Single inversion, when a single segment undergoes inversion at a time, is called a single inversion. It can be a paracentric or a pericentric. Now if there is a chromosome, in first case like paracentric inversion, there is a normal chromosome having a centromere at the center and having its two arms. In one side there is A, B, C, D, and on the other part of the arm it is E, F, G, H. So paracentric inversion is that type of single inversion where centromere is outside the inversion, means the centromere will be away from the inversion. For example, if this arm breaks at point B and C, then the segment will be inverted as CB on the same arm. So in this type of inversion, you can observe that the inverted part does not have the centromere within. Hence it is called a paracentric inversion. While in pericentric inversion, there is centromere also involved in the segment which has got inverted. Example, if A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, these are the arrangement of genes over a chromosome, and at the center there is a centromere. Now the point of breakage, inversion points, is after AB and before GH. Now this CD, EF will get inverted in the form FEDC. This is the rotation at 180 degree and again union. So this will form a pericentric inversion chromosome. Now the second type of inversion is a complex inversion where two or more segments undergo inversion at the same time. This is of many types. The number one kind is of independent inversion. In an independent inversion, there are two or more inversion points, means the point of breakages, but these points are not adjacent to each other, that is, they are not close and they are quite away from each other. For example, if we consider a normal chromosome having linear genes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, the inversion points are B, C, D, E, F, G. Here the inversion will take place at BC. After that this segment will be the same. No inversion will happen to take place at this point, and the next inversion will be at FG point, which will lead to rejoining, and hence the sequence becomes ACB DE in the center which has left uninverted, and after that GFH. So such type of inversion is called independent inversion. Now the second type of complex inversion is direct tandem inversion, where inserted segments are adjacent to each other, means they lie side by side. For an example, if this is a normal gene sequence on a chromosome, then inversion points are after AB and after EF and between D and E. These are the points where the chromosome has inverted or has gone breakage and again reunited. Here you can observe that after CD segment there is an adjacent segment EF which is inverting at the same time, means these two segments are lying side by side. So such type of inversion is called a direct tandem inversion. The third kind is a reversed tandem inversion. In such type of inversion, the segments which have been cut are adjacent to each other, but not only adjacent, they even get mutually exchanged with each other. Suppose this is the gene ABCDEFGH lying on this chromosome, and this chromosome breaks at 2 points CD and then EF positions. So we will get two segments CD and EF. Before inversion at their places, these CD and EF are even exchanged with each other, means this CD goes at the place of EF and EF comes to the place of CD and even they get inverted. So with the inversion they have been mutually exchanged. The fourth type of complex inversion is an included inversion. So before its definition, I would like to explain it with this diagram. Here is a chromosome having A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H genes. Now the inversion point between AB and GH is mentioned over here. This point gets inverted, this segment gets inverted at these points. So we will get a sequence A, G, F, E, D, C, B. Means this B, C, D, E, F, G has got inverted, rotated at 180 degree. So the inversion has occurred. After such inversion, again there are 2 points between F and C and C and B, as you can see here. Again this segment gets inverted. So an inversion within an inversion, means included inversion, has happened. Therefore we can define that when an inverted segment undergoes inversion again within a same chromosome is called the included inversion. Now there is a fifth category also, which is called overlapping inversion. When an already inverted segment is re-inverted together with another part of chromosome which was not already inverted or uninverted, means an inverted segment undergoes again an inversion or re-inversion including some of the uninverted part. This can be easier by this diagram. Here I am considering this chromosome having A to I genes. Now there is a inversion point at AB and EF. So B, C, D, F got inverted. This has got inverted. And now we have got E, D, C, B sequence instead of B, C, D, E. Now this part, as you can observe, is uninverted part. And this from E to B is inverted part. But again an inversion happens having inversion points lying between the already inverted segment and the uninverted segment. Now these 2 points are lying between this inverted segment and this non-inverted portion. This will again rotate by 180 degree and this inversion will be called an overlapping inversion. The cytological evidence of inversion is observed during the meiosis, the process of meiosis, when we observe an inversion loop during crossing over. Now there are certain advantages of inversions. Chromosomal inversions affect the rate of adaptation, speciation, evolution of sex chromosomes. It leads to the evolution of many new paracentric heterozygotes, or we can call inversion polymorphs. And this phenomena is inversion polymorphism, which is commonly seen in Drosophila species as well as in some plant species. Inversion also plays a key role in genetic isolation due to inverted arrangement of genes on a chromosome. It also causes partial sterility in plant heterozygotes due to the incompatibility raised between inverted and non-inverted segment of genes. This may lead to the two types of species, one having fertility of inversion homozygotes and second sterility of inversion heterozygotes. Although these are mutually fertile but do not breed well with the rest of the species. So this leads to evolution of varieties and reproductive isolation, means isolated species are formed due to the inversion. Now there are two important topics related to inversion. Number one is crossing over in pericentric inversions, and number two is crossing over in paracentric inversions. That is the meiotic behavior of pericentric and paracentric heterozygotes. In the next lectures, we will discuss these two topics. So dear students, if you like my explanation, please like the videos, and for further videos, kindly subscribe my channel. Thank you.